Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shantika Intan Aulia with student ID 2313042021. Today I will present my group's analysis of language variety, and I will focus on vernacular English in 12 Years a Slave movie, specifically African American vernacular English and standard English in Rishi Sunak's 2024 resignation speech. And specifically, we will be concentrating on analyzing the participants and key within each context. Language shapes our identity and connections, from casual chats to formal speeches. Vernacular English, like African American vernacular English, is common in cultural and informal settings. Meanwhile, standard English is used in formal and public situations. And I'm using Delheim's ethnography of communication to see how speakers adapt their language for different audiences and purposes. First, let's look at 12 Years a Slave. This movie tells Solomon Northup's true story, showing strong racism and strict social rules. Enslaved people mostly speak AAVE, or African American Vernacular English, while slave owners use Southern White English. This highlights huge power differences and racial divides. AAVE acted as group code for the enslaved, allowing emotional expressions, quiet resistance, and solidarity. We see how language is used to assert control and dehumanize. For instance, slave trader James Birch tells Solomon, "You ain't a free man," and calls him a nigger and slave while hurting him. This shows his absolute power. However, Solomon fights back using AAVE. He bravely states, "I am Solomon Northup. I'm a free man. You have no right to detain me." His silence when asked, "Are you a slave?" is also a powerful act of resistance.
Oh boy, how you feel now?
My name is Solomon Northup. I'm a free man, a resident of Saratoga, New York, the residence of my wife and children who are equally free, and you have no right whatsoever to detain me.
You're not any free.
And I promise you upon my liberation, I will have satisfaction for this wrong.
Resolve this. Produce your papers. You ain't a free man. You're nothing but a Georgia runaway. You're just a runaway nigger from Georgia.
Now let's analyze participants and key in the movie. First, participants. Enslaved people such as Solomon, Celeste, and Eliza are in weaker roles. Meanwhile, owners like Birch or Abs have power. The enslaved people's AAVE shows their status but also helps them build shared culture and fight back. In one scene, Celeste's enslaved people asks, "Was you free?" reflects AAVE grammar, showing group identity, and Solomon's answer, "I remain free in my heart," uses language to claim his freedom, even when enslaved. And key, the tone of AAVE changes from desperate to resistant. Solomon screaming, "Help! Help!" shows raw emotion. And another scene, Uncle Abraham's line is, "Two of my masses told me," has a calm, thoughtful tone, and this very tone shows deep cultural meaning. Next, let's turn to Rishi Sunak's 2024 resignation speech.
Good morning. I will shortly be seeing His Majesty the King to offer my resignation as Prime Minister.
This was a key political moment after his party's election loss. He spoke formally, addressing the public, the king, and the media. He used standard British English, the expected language for leaders, balancing leadership with the emotion of defeat. His words were chosen to show unity and fit a serious political tone. Standard English here confirms his political authority and shows proper public conduct. Let's examine participants and key in his speech. Participants. Sunak is the speaker. His listeners include the British public and the king, saying, "I will shortly be seeing His Majesty, the King," shows respect. Thanking his family appears kind but professional. Unlike the enslaved, Sunak had power to speak freely and his formal language fit his leader's role. Key. The tone of Sunak's speech is formal, calm, and respectful. He speaks clearly and seriously instead of strong emotions. He uses careful and professional words. His statement, "I believe this country is safer, stronger, and more secure," sounds positive and confident. This serious tone is right for a prime minister's message during a leadership change, helping maintain trust. Now let's compare both examples. Both texts use English powerfully, but with different styles and goals. In 12 Years a Slave, participants have extreme power differences. Language shows pain, struggle, and connection. The key is very emotional, showing anger, fear, or hope. In contrast, in Rishi Sunak's speech, the speaker is formal and decisive. The key is calm and diplomatic, showing professionalism during a political change. Overall, the movie uses vernacular English to show identity and survival, and the speech uses standard English for leadership and political transition. Each form of English fits its situation and purpose. To conclude, both examples show how language highlights social roles, cultural identity, and the goal of communication. Vernacular language in 12 Years a Slave shows deep feeling, shared culture, and the reality for marginalized people. It's a language of strength and shared experience. Standard English in Rishi Sunak's speech shows power, professionalism, and public duty. It's the language of government and official changes. Each type of English works well where it's used. This confirms that language changes a lot depending on the situation, the speaker's position, and who they are talking to. All types of language are important and play key roles in different social situations. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you for your attention and thank you for listening. I'm now ready for any question you might have. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.